Hello, everyone. And here we are on Michelle's Opinions with the one and only Eileen Colts. And we're
Hey,
just,
Michelle.
just going to get straight into conversation and sharing. Um, there's so much is going on. I
So
mean,
much. Gosh,
what do you got going on besides?
Dorian, right?
Let's
Like my
get that out
sky's
of the way.
purple right now. I wish I could show it to you. It's just the outskirts of Dorian are coming over South Florida now.
If you guys see me looking down, I'm trying to view the chat,
Yep.
and she knows I'm having a difficulty, technical
Hey,
difficulties with that.
that's why we're chatting now because I'll kind of be offline for a couple of days as the storm intensifies. It knocks out our Wi-Fi. And lately, we've been getting all this interference by showing these metaphysical things. We just get like magnetic sounds, we get cut off completely. It could just be rather than interference, it could be the raising of our own vibrations are too high for the equipment. I don't know.
I don't know, but I watched on Saturday, and it was like the stream was cut. I mean, it wasn't
Yeah,
like a buffering thing or a lost stream because of a storm. It was cut
it just went. And then
down.
he couldn't really get it back on. It went a couple of times and he got back on at least once. And then after that time, it just went. We were off.
We were all still in the first one, and then I actually had to go out and seen that a second one was started, so then had to go into that one, and that's where he was live again. So it actually set it up three different streams. So while we're sitting in there going, what the heck just happened, he's got 60, 70 people sitting there going, what is he going to come back on? Normally
Where'd everybody go?
he would
Yeah.
appear right there. No, I had to go out and see that it was another stream all together, and then go in there, and then I could see you guys again.
And tell everybody, hey guys, get out of this one, jump into another one.
Couldn't get
And the
back
week
in there and
before,
talk to them. You can't go back in
every time we
because
showed
it's closed.
photos, we just got crackling every time we showed the photos. So some people have contacted me and said, I'm glad you left it up because we can turn the sound down and see
Mm-hmm.
the pictures, and the pictures are worth 1,000 words. But somebody was speculating that maybe it was higher consciousness interfering with it. Like maybe not everybody's meant to see these kinds of things. I don't know. What do you think, Michelle?
I I don't see why everybody shouldn't know this. I mean, this is something that it, it's like we've got to stick our toe in the water, and the
Yeah,
more people that are talking about it and understanding, it brings peace to their heart. So I don't understand
I agree.
what the cutoff is now. Liera was talking about, we're switching over to this new system, this beta system, and with this beta system, they put in certain words that are like cut words, so if we say one of these words or whatever that's on this list, you get cut off. But she had come up with some kind of, from, it was downloaded into her to on what to do to reprogram it, so that way we can, have these healthy things still, because there's nothing being said that is unhealthy. There's nothing being said that would hurt anybody else. It's all in love.
I love her videos on reprogramming AI with the
Yes.
new beta system coming through.
So you've seen it. That's good.
I have. They're really cool, and I've shared them with people.
Nice. Nice. Because I
I've
think
been
there's
trying
something to
to,
it.
yeah, Quinn Michaels a long time ago was trying to reprogram AI, wasn't he, with all that Tyler stuff? Did you ever watch that a few years ago?
Mm-mm. No.
It was a bit controversial, but every comment we make in a text, an email, probably more text and on social media platforms, is read by AI. So you can actually design your comment to communicate to AI even more than what you're communicating to the person you're sending the comment to.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, and we now every time you go on anybody's stream, it automatically gives you that blue box. Be courteous or whatever with your comments. Everything we type is being recorded. Everything we look at is being recorded. They're paying attention or logging us, and
Have you
it's like a
have you ever had any
personality
weird
profile.
did you ever have a weird response from AI directly to you? Like something like did your phone ever say something weird to you?
I get weird calls all the time. I don't know if that
Some
counts.
people get weird text messages too, like "I'm here," and you're like, "Who?" But I had
I'm
GPS
here.
on. I'm here. That would like be kind of scary.
I
Poltergeist, right? I'm here.
don't want Alexa in
Um,
my house.
no, I don't either. So I don't. But I've got an internet TV and an internet laptop and an internet phone. So AI is in my house.
Yep.
But we were driving home from Busch
It
Gardens
crept
and I
in
put on
unaware.
GPS. Yeah, yeah. I put on GPS and the kids were arguing in the back and I said, um, kids, stop arguing. That's in the past. We're in the present now. This is, that's your past reality. This is not your current reality. Stop fighting. And GPS said, this is your current reality. And I'm like, what? And one of the kids in the back heard it and went,
Oh,
how did GPS say that?
oh.
Creepy.
That's just gave me the heebie-jeebies. That's just
Scary.
that gave me the heebie-jeebies. Oh my gosh. Well, I know that you brought some photos to
But
share with us, and experiences, of course, to share. Um, but can I share my dream that I had last week first? You want to hear it? I know I haven't got to tell you yet. I've been wanting to, but gosh, we've all been so busy. Uh, Last week, I had this dream. And in this dream, I kept leaving my body. And I would go to my light switch, couldn't turn it on, so I knew I was tromping around. Then I thought I had woke up, and again, only to find that I was still asleep and wandering around. But this time I had walked through the door and reached down and pet an animal, which my dog was laying right outside my door when I finally did wake up. She's a little Pomeranian. So it was a small animal, and I reached down and I pet it. And so I thought I was awake, but no. And then I was, the headboard is against the wall, and I was in the bed, standing in the bed up against the headboard, and I was inching my way out saying, what in the world is going on? And then I woke up from that one, and then I was still in this dream state. It went on for like five different things went on. But the odd part was, in which I didn't recognize it, and this is when I finally woke up, there was a man, a male voice, talking to me the entire time. The entire time from when this started to when it ended, and when I realized and said, who is that talking to me? Who are you? That's when I woke up. Now, I can't remember what he said. It'd be nice to do like a hypnosis session to find out what was being said, because he was just giving me all kinds of information. Do you hear
it
that?
would be great to know what was said. Yeah, for sure.
You hear?
I'm getting interference already from Dorian, so I'm getting like
Okay.
every third word that you speak drops out. So I'm in like um kind of like puzzle mode. I'm like figuring it all out as you go.
Are you guys hearing everything okay from both of us?
I, I think you're fine. I checked on YouTube. You were fine.
Oh, I can hear you. I can hear you perfectly. So, see, yes. Okay, Lyra says yes. So they can hear us. So it was odd though. So as soon as I acknowledged that this man, he was gentle. It was a
I can hear
kind
you
voice.
better on YouTube.
It was a kind voice, but as soon as I acknowledged that this man was talking to me, that's when I finally woke up. Well, when you rewatch it, you'll be able to hear the dream story. I've been trying to tell you it all week, and you still didn't get to hear it. I'm sorry. Okay, how about we go?
I hate to tell you this, but I can't hear what you're saying. I feel like the interference has been so around my Wi-Fi for the last few weeks. I can hear you on YouTube when I play you on my phone, but I can't hear you through my laptop. And yet, if I listen to you on YouTube, I'll be 7 seconds behind you, won't I?
Mm-hmm. It'd be an odd conversation. Is it better if I talk like this? Straight into the microphone? Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys.
That's a little better, but it's like, it's really broken up. This is a real struggle for me, but I live like 30, 40 minutes outside of a big town, so my Wi-Fi is sketchy anyway. There's this big storm pushing everything around here, right? And I'm on the safe side of Florida, but boy, I don't know. If I listen to you on YouTube, I'll be 7 seconds behind you answering you.
Well, go ahead and you want to share your images and tell your experiences?
Yes. Do you want me to share some photos? And then after that, I'll take out my Ethernet cable and see if that helps somehow so that I can hear you.
Okay.
Because I can see me on the screen and I can hear you on YouTube, but I can't hear you through my headphones.
Are they on?
I know what you want me to do because you and Shane taught me how to do this. I think you showed me how to do this. You showed me how to do the screen share.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to see some of yours too, because we had such a magical time and we saw so much stuff at ECETI. So look, I've got them all lined up there. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time because I've got so many photos to share. This is the one that was taken by Pete on Talk is Cheap with Dan. And he just used an old digital camera which picked up the round orbs. And nobody else's phones were picking up many round orbs. They were seeing kind of flashes of orbs streaking down the sky. They call them rods, I think. So that was super cool. And let's see if there was one before that. No. So here's kind of like the rod. And that's in the vortex, Dancing in the Vortex with John Binney. It's from his raw footage. If you want to go to John Binney's channel and see the video, that's Shiny Roberts. And
that was awesome.
So you can see how thick they are and how smoky. We saw a lot of smoke in the vortex, but it didn't smell like smoke. And it didn't make us cough. So it wasn't smoke. It was probably just smoke-like. Look at that. Looks like a beam flashing on her. And she kept feeling something pat her butt and run away. So we felt we were dancing with the Bigfoot at ECETI. Because look at where that one is. Right on her.
Mm-hmm. Right on her took us.
And then here's so then they get really big. Here's Not So Fancy Nancy, and she's got a beautiful streaky orb, not smoky, just light with green and pink and purple. And this is at ECETI at midnight after that huge thunderstorm we had, where I swore that you and Joe were going to get washed away, but you didn't. You were on high ground, thank God, huh?
You know, I think staying in the tent
and then here
was a good idea because we were actually on the ground.
Can you see the heart, Michelle? Can you see where the plasma is making kind of a heart?
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of sweet, like it was a little message. Now here's Nancy with a little green orb, right, on her sweater. She was borrowing my sweater. I was borrowing a blanket. And then here, as it moves towards the camera, You can just see it getting bigger and bigger and whiter as it gets closer. See how round it is? No bugs in there, no wings, nothing, propelling it, just interdimensional energy or being. Now, that could be a bug because it's jiggy jaggy. We don't know the one where we've noticed that I'm in the vortex dancing and praying and having fun, and there's my third eye lit up with all kinds of geometric shapes around it, a little purple, a little green. But you see that, and remember the next day when I saw you, I said, oh, my forehead is numb. Well,
Can you hear me
I
better?
didn't know that this happened until I got home for a week.
Can you hear me better?
Oh, much better.
Okay.
What'd you do?
Hold on a second. I gotta.
Okay. Hold on a second. I
got you. I can hear you.
Mute this one.
Here's like in the vortex, in the plasma, you can see the aura, and you can see the hands starting to disappear just a little bit. The fingers are starting to go. This is cool because we got proof of the vortex. There's kind of a smoky orb, green and pink, going by. And then plasma, but my eyes are lighting up from the flash.
Guys.
But look what's happening to the hands in the plasma. Look at that. It's like, where did the fingers go? This one's starting to turn whitish, kind of like a bone. First we'd see bones, and then we'd see nothing.
Yeah, you've only got two
and like
fingers.
The little fingers
and a
have
thumb.
disappeared. There's only two left there.
Yeah, you've only got 2 fingers and a thumb.
Yeah. Isn't that freaky? I look like a lobster. And then look at this hand. Michelle, what do you think that looks like?
It looks like a tiny
Twigs?
hand. I mean, like your hand is
what's
just
like
so
a tiny
little.
Hand.
A tiny
Like
hand.
your
Just
hand is just so little.
And my hands are pretty big, actually. And yeah, and then look at this. Something's pulling the sleeve up. Here, the sleeve falls down. And then here, it gets pulled kind of up. It gets better and it gets weirder. And it's not scary. It didn't hurt. It definitely didn't hurt. Orbs everywhere all the time. I'm so glad I can hear you now.
Well, let me ask the chat because
There
I'm
you
hearing
go.
it as
What do you
a,
make of those?
Well, let me ask the chat
'Cause I'm hearing an
it as
echo. Are you guys hearing it as an
Because
echo?
I'm hearing an echo.
Oh,
Are you guys hearing it as an echo?
I hear you perfectly clear now, and then I'm on my microphone, no echo.
Echo.
Okay.
Okay, I got to go
Look
back to the
at
way
that,
that it
Michelle.
was.
Echo. Okay, I got to go back to the way that it was.
That it was. Tell me what you make of those fingers. They look like twigs.
Yeah. I mean that it looks
So
like
the
you
reason
have
we're in
a
the
tiny
plasma
little
field is
hand or a
because
little
we started to
branch.
sparkle. We saw the plasma roll in over this big field in front of Mount Adams where ET spaceships go in and out. And we put our hands in and they sparkled. And Shiny jumped in and she came back out because the rest of us had kids. We're like, we can't go in a plasma vortex. What if we don't come out? We've got kids back home. And we just went in, and then our hands disappeared and then our faces disappeared. So I'm almost done with mine, and then we can see some of Michelle's photos. She got super cool photos, plasma photos too. Yeah, this might be an earlier one, but look at the fingers there. I'm going to zoom in for you guys. And don't freak out because it wasn't really scary and it didn't hurt. And it could be that interdimensional beings were holding my hand. Do you see something right there that might be like holding my hand, making it appear like bones, invisible? I've got more fingers there. Maybe the thumb's starting to go white. A little bit of, oh, this was a big stone. When you were asking me, Michelle, when I did these live with all that sound interference, that was a big necklace of black kyanite. Almost there. Now this is the creepiest and the weirdest of them all. It's nice to have proof, though, that we said our hands disappeared And then a week later, John Binney got back to Scotland and produced his ESETI video, and we got proof. There you can see 2 fingers and something holding my hand. Maybe there's a thumb there, right? And over here, I don't know what to say about that. You know, I guess those are 2 fingers.
Oh no.
People call me Claw Lady, right? Lobster Lady, Lobster Girl.
I don't know.
More geometric shapes. It didn't just happen to me, it happened to everybody. Look at Shiny Robert's ankles and hands in the vortex. We're all dancing and singing. John Binney, Not So Fancy Nancy, me, and Shiny Roberts. So her hands would disappear too. And it was Ronnie in Virginia and Polar Bear Stare that said, hey, look at her ankles. Where are her ankles going? The plasma was very thick down there.
I agree with that. Vortex.
And there she is with partial hand disappearing, face starting to go. The blur could be moving too because I took it from a video. So you're going to have some movement. And there's her ankles. Look at that. How interesting is that? Like the heel is gone. You can even see the shoe where the heel should be, right?
Yeah, I can see her
Let's see
shoe.
how we get some more here. Oh, that was the one when Shane and I stood in the field. James said, get in the field. And that's the way we saw the orbs while other people were picking up the circles. Don't know why that one's down at the bottom. I thought I started out with that one. Okay, we'll go down. And here's Not So Fancy Nancy's picture of the Qigong lesson with James. That might be James there, Gillian teaching it. And she got purple, pure violet rays coming down from the sun and captured in that large group.
That was beautiful.
And that's it, Michelle. Those are mine. Do you want to come back and do yours? Oh, did I show Nancy? Yeah, I showed everybody. Oh, where's John Binney? I had some of John. There he is. And his hands just literally, okay, they're moving, but they should still be pink. And you can see that they're not pink, they're just literally smoke.
Wow.
So that's what happened to his hands and his arms. And even our faces disappeared in this plasma field of a vortex to another dimension. It was a very friendly dimension, no pain, no fear, no suffering. We were very sparkly. And there was something very nice, friendly, and happy in the vortex that was trying, I think, to interact with us. And it could very well have been the Yeti, right? Trying to find more John. I seem to have. There we go. Still looking for John. It's really hard when you stack photos for a show.
Do you guys know how hard
Be
this
nice if I could
is
have done
having
like
a
a
show
little,
when your guest can't hear you at all? Can you guys hear me?
Video slideshow. There we go. Get that one in. And this is right before his hands completely disappeared. You can see them starting to. Of course, they are moving, but you can see them kind of starting to phase out at the fingertips, especially on this side here. There we go. And that was right before they disappeared completely. And here's John with a big orb on the back of his head. So I had one on my forehead, and he's got one. I mean, who knows what's on the front of his head, right? Here's one, an orb right on the back of his head. It's a little bit green right here under his ear, and then a big orb right there. So that is it from me. I will stop sharing and wait to hear from you. Sorry if it presents an echo.
I took the echo off.
Hopefully we're back. And hopefully I've stopped screen sharing. So we're back to your screen, Michelle.
Yes. I've been here the whole time, but you can't hear me. I don't understand everybody can hear me clearly in the chat. But when I put the other one sound on, it created such an echo, it was unbearable.
So I'll just check on YouTube and see if I'm gone.
No, you're here. I can still see you.
Because now I'm not hearing anything. I've got Michelle's icon only.
And it's not muted. Oh, hold on. Let's see something here.
So can you guys hear me now?
Hello? Would you let me do something here? Let's try this again. I'm wondering if it's not...
I got a yes from Jen and Liara that you guys can hear me. I can't hear Michelle. Can anybody in the chat hear Michelle?
There we go.
This is crazy. It's happened again, Michelle. I have one-way communication. I can talk and they can hear me, and then I can hear me on YouTube and chat with the chat, but I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Good. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you on my phone on YouTube, but I can't hear you through my computer.
Well, I just checked the settings.
I know. This is crazy. This is what's been going on with us and all our live shows lately. I think there's something going on. It's almost impossible for us to do live streams together.
And even though that it still would have been feeding through the microphone on the computer. So I don't know. I don't know what the deal is because I'm not muted for you. My microphone that's the right one. So
So you're muted for me, and I'm hearing you on YouTube. Isn't that funny? And I know we've got a delay, don't we?
big time. Let's try this one. Can you hear me now? What a mess. Okay, well, I did not pull up a full slideshow of ESETI because there's...
I heard you for just like one word. I did hear you really well earlier when you said you got an echo for the people in the chat.
That's because I turned on the second account that I've had, but that made a horrible echo, so we're not going to be able to do that. I did pull up a couple of...
reconnect. So I'll let you do that if you know how to do that. If you can reconnect us, I'll keep my fingers crossed, and then maybe we can chat and see your photos.
Okay, we're going to go offline, guys. We'll be right back.